I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Now, the secret got a shock on that. The secret is the most important relationship is between the mother and child. That's the secret. Where the mother is stuck in memory, and like Buddha says, you experience suffering. With Shakespeare, you experience tragedy. Like in Hamlet, they all die at the end because they were meant to die. That's the script they followed. They couldn't get out of the script, but you can get out of the script. So now the mother says, this is the mother, and the mother says to the child, every day of her life she's having this dialogue, we don't have to suffer. And I have caused you to suffer by engaging. The knowledge that I have, it says I can know, but you can't know, because it's only 15 out of 15 million. So the mother has no idea what's going on, and she doesn't have to. That's the job of the divinity. That's divinity's job. So the mother can give up, the intellect can give up knowing. So now instead of engaging, which is the hook, so I went to England, and one of the things I noticed that on their parasol or their umbrella, they had a hook. So there was an English guy rattling off what the Hawaiians call diarrhea. No. And I said to him, finally, you know, do you know what colonization is? Anybody know what colonization is? The definition? Okay. So I said, there's excuse me, there's an important quote that goes that the sun never sets on the British flag. Anybody hear that? And so that's what happens. What happens is that we're colonizing. So this is a virus. These are viruses. And because we hold on to them, we have colonized other people with it. Not good news. Because divinity says, hello, you should let go. So now I'm talking to the child. I'm saying to the child, we can say, I love you. Who are we saying? Trying to be simple. Who are we saying I love you to? The virus. Remember what Jesus said? Love your enemies. Our only enemy is the virus. Remember what Shakespeare says? These rebel powers that, so you're talking to the child, keeping it real simple. I love you will trump this. And that's all you have to say to the child. So you're constantly talking, and you're walking the child through all of these, and you're doing it. You're being very patient. You're saying to the child, as you work with the child, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me a chance to really fall in love with you again. So this is the mother talking away. And here are some of the tools that we can ask the divinity. We can petition divinity. By the way, do you know the definition of prayer? Okay. So you're actually praying, and the Aramaic for the prayer is to create space. Okay? So as you're petitioning divinity, you're giving divinity a chance to do a prayer which is to eliminate all opposition to itself. So these work beautifully, but it works more beautifully if the mother is willing to take the time to talk and to teach the child these processes. But if you ask questions which the child has heard before, it's going to be stuck. So the key or the secret is fall in love with your child, get it to help you, and at some point it will do 1 through 9 for you, day in, day out, moment by moment, and you can give up doing the cleaning. You don't have to complain. I have to say I love you all the time. Yeah. So now you've got the child on automatic, and every morning I get up in the morning, I talk to it, I take out my medicine bag. Maybe I didn't bring it. So I have a medicine bag that I bring out, but I didn't bring it, I guess. And I go through the process. If I've got the fern in there, I'll take it out and say, now remember, this fern is how this works. It works on memories that have to do with supervirus. I'm talking to it. So if I come to the seaport, I'll do the same thing. Remember now, here's how it works. So the secret is, the most important secret in the universe is the relationship between the mother and child. Now, how do you see this? Well, you see that in the Catholic Church, the religion, Mary and Jesus. Well, you have a Mary and Jesus in you. So the idea is just to talk. So it has to do with weight, has to do with being depressed, has to do doing with you're not good enough. Ugh. And so if you follow me, one of the things I have in my medicine bag is dried strawberries. Then I have another thing in my medicine bag for me, and all you need, by the way, is one molecule. Can I say that to you? Not one strawberry, one molecule. So sometimes I just take it out and lick it, put it back in my pocket, except it gets messy, you know? So blueberry this will open angelic kingdoms. That means it'll open up dimensions that otherwise would not open unless you eat this stuff. It's called blueberry. So all of a sudden, different dimensions open, and your mind can move through it. Otherwise, what happens, here's zero, here's divinity, but you've got stuff blocking it, and the divinity cannot open up ways so that these things open up for you. Yeah. Did I miss any other cleaning tool? I'm sorry? Hot chocolate. Yeah. So hot chocolate. The purpose of hot chocolate is to put God first instead of the world. So we're always saying this is what we want, but divinity says if you want me, boy, you got the best game in the town, you know. Yeah. So the chocolate erases memory of eons of putting the world, putting money first, putting like that. But my God, if you put the divinity first, you cannot believe what will happen. Yeah, so that's hot chocolate. I'm sorry? Corn? The blue corn. Yeah. Blue cornmeal. It has to be cornmeal that's made by arrows. It has to be made by the company called Arrow. I know you won't ask me why, thank God. Yeah. But the blue cornmeal is incredible. I had a person who has a very large company, and it was having all kinds of problems administratively. Nobody took responsibility. So I said, well, if you would, everybody else would. He went, huh? And so the way we did it with him, which you can do, is you get a little bottle, or a big bottle. Better to get a little bottle. Get a little bottle, and this has to be plastic. It can't be metal. Ask me why. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So now what you want to do is fill it up with tap water. I know you won't ask me why. I don't know. And then you put a pinch of the blue cornmeal into the tap water, and you cap it. And no matter where you go, so if you're here at this hotel, you just take it out and you put it somewhere in the room, and this thing will create a vortex and suck whatever it is, earthbound spirits, entities, or whatever, like that. I hope somebody's not going to commercialize this stuff. Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say leave it open? Cap it?
Cap it. Yep. Yep. It's an incredible cleaning tool. For example, a friend of mine's had a mother in a nursing home. I mean, she was really in bad shape. Have you ever been to a nursing home? I know you fell in love with them, didn't you? Yeah. So he put one of them, that was funny. He put one of these things in her room, and in a couple of weeks she came home. I mean, she was spry. I mean, really. But if we hold people as old and sick, then we're going to be saddled with them. But just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Did I forget anything? Yes. Wait, we need a...
Did you want to say something?
That's okay, I'll just say I had a couple, I wanted to share about a couple of the participants in the Zero Limits group seminar that I did. One woman has a 5-year-old daughter who has an affliction where she is unable to move her body. She's very, very intelligent, but she couldn't move at all. She couldn't lift an arm. And she did the Zero Limits program, and her daughter was able to lift her arm in front of her and to actually grab onto things, which, according to the doctors, was impossible. She would never do it. Another woman had broken her ankle at the second session, and actually wasn't in the session, and a week later was out of her cast. The doctor said because we did it, we all cleaned, and because of her cleaning, and the doctor said that they'd never seen anything heal that fast.
Yeah. If you have any kind of bone problem, you have to realize what's the percentage of water in a bone? Water. Yeah, pretty high. So if you have brittle bones, it's because you're not drinking enough water. So you should not have arthritis. You shouldn't have any of these things, because the problem is you're not drinking enough water, and if you drank enough water, you'd put a lot of people out of business. I mean, really. But the idea, it would be better to drink Blue Solar because you're going to get to the cause of the problem. And the cause of the problem is not the effect. So here's the cell, which is an effect. The problem is in the subconscious of the cell. So you have this playing, and so this goes out of rhythm. It just goes out. This is what is called cancer. So the idea is when you drink the Blue Soul water is to hit that so that divinity can erase it. You're back to zero. Now the cell gets remade by the divinity. It gets remade again because now the inspiration comes down and the cell has its back into its regular rhythm. And that's all you have to just drink the water. So I see some of you have maybe arthritic kind of conditions, osteoporosis, all that sort of. But you're not drinking enough water. Anybody else?
Dr. Hew Len, I read something about pendulum when you talk to the child.
Yeah. I'm saying you can do it without the pendulum. Better to not have, at least with this group. See, my friend Joe Vitale has done the universe a favor, because all of you are like let's say at the end we want to create a particular food. So all of you show up because you're going to contribute to this final product. And the final product, which is you using the fern, will get at all these super viruses, including HIV, all that stuff, you'll be able to go with it. But you don't think you can do it, see? Some of you gone, what? HIV? Oh, no. Do it. But you see, he did us a favor. The right people showed up. If one wrong person showed up, we wouldn't be able to do it. This is why in our classes, when I do the foundation, I'm cleaning so only the right people show up, as opposed to promoting it. Go for it, you know. Oh, then all of a sudden you see everybody, and then one person who shouldn't be there, you go, oh, shit, you know. I mean, really. Or the right people show up, and you don't clean, and he sits in the chair that he should be sitting over here. I mean, listen, that's why you do the cleaning, so everybody gets configured in the right place, And so now he sits next to somebody who has an idea, and they go, whoom, there's a product there. But if he's sitting somebody, let me give you an example. In Calabasas, California, a woman was sitting next to another woman, and she, sorry, and she came up to me complaining. She said, that woman has the worst perfume. I mean, stinks. And I said, oh, okay. And I did my cleaning. And then as I was doing my cleaning, she said, oops, I can do the cleaning. So we had a break. I don't know what she did. She went off to the bathroom. She came back, and she said to me after the second break, she said, I couldn't smell it anymore. No. It's only our stuff, you know. And we got a lot of it, you know. Yeah. But we want to thank my friend, Dr. Vitale, because the right people showed up to be able to produce a cleansing process that will work on things that no science can do, because you were configured in a way for which we are grateful. So I want to thank Suzanne and Bruce and all the people involved. So any other thing before we take another break? Sorry. Yes.
I had the good fortune of speaking to someone that's been to quite a few of your events this morning before breakfast, and she told me that she had a real hard time with mantras. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And so I thought about that for a minute, and I had an idea. So I'll form the question based on the idea. For people who don't think in words, maybe they think in pictures or feelings, is there something that those people can do that's different than the words?
Sure. So in their mind, they can assign it, but you have to watch it. You have to ask the divinity, okay, what would be the best way for me to, if I'm a visual person, which I have to tell you, if they clean, they'd be fine, but just let's go that route anyway. So you can actually clean and talk to the divinity, and divinity will give you certain kinds of logos. So if you look throughout the hotel, you will see different logos. You will see, for example, this logo, and this is a very important logo. You will see the logo of the fern I showed you. You will see it on a quilt in the lobby area. But better just to clean. Get your own, yeah.
I wanted to know where we can get a copy of.
You got to go a little slower for me.
I would like to know where to get a copy of the small white book.
You cannot get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It can only be gotten if you take the course. Because if I give you the book, you would have no idea what it is about. It needs to be so, like anything my friend Joe Vitale does. Whatever material he might share it's part of a presentation, and the class that I teach for the foundation has certain items in it that you would not, if I gave it out of that context, you wouldn't. It would be meaningless. Anything else? Yes.
When you're cleaning with the fern, is it like the cornmeal where you only need a little piece, or is it better to have a whole?
For example, before I enter the room, I use the fern. I just say fern. Move in. If I'm about to eat something, fern. But I've talked to the child already. I've talked to it for about a week for that. So you have to talk to the child. But now I come into this room. This room has super viruses in it. It's in everybody. This is why Divinity says this is the group that really get at the stuff. Yeah, we're carrying these super viruses that nobody will be able to solve because we're the ones that are responsible for them. Since we brought it in, we should clean it up.
We're talking about the coaching program, and Lee forgot to mention that if you fill this out, you can hand it to her or Anya or somebody, Zion, Margot. Raise your hand where it can be handed to. Just hand it to them. Okay, so fill out the registration form if interested, hand it to them. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them as well. I got a major surprise for you right at the end of this, which is coming up pretty swiftly. You going to be ready for that surprise?
Yes, sir.
Who are your companions with this surprise?
Raise your hand, companions.
Very interesting. When did you find time to rehearse?
Outside. Got some whatever it takes people.
Got some whatever it takes people. Okay. I want to know what kind of questions you have right now, comments, feedback. You know, one of the things I'm real curious about, too, and I see she's going to need a mic back there. One of the things I'm very curious about, too, is several people here were in the original Zero Limits event, the private one. That was in Austin, Texas last January. How many people were here? Were there? They all left, right? Bruce was there. Narissa was there. Craig's not putting up his hand. I don't remember.
Suzanne was there.
Suzanne was there. All the people who were at the original one have evaporated. They're gone. They've gone to the next plane. That's it. This is what happens after you graduate from Zero Limits. You're gone from the earth. I was curious to know, Bruce, for example, do you have any comments, any changes that took place from you from taking the first one to this point in time?
Yes, sir, I do. Thank you for the question. Probably one of the one bit of new information that I thought was really important was the information about the mother and the child. The last time I was on Canopoli Beach was 18 years ago. This is not a long story, and I wasn't paid to say this. I had some real issues with the mother and the child, and I wish I'd had that information 18 years ago so I could have cleaned. So I don't know this for sure, but I kind of feel like my revisit to Canopoli to hear about the mother and the child is full circle. So that's what rings a bell for me, mother and child information. It's the most important relationship.
Comments, feedback, questions? Yes, right over here.
Raise your hand, please.
I love you. Joe, I want to comment on you.
On me?
Thanks
Should
to
I leave
Dr.
the room?
Hmm?
Should I leave the room while you do it?
No.
Oh.
I'm one of the few that, like you were just talking about, that have been through a process with you. I was at Beyond Manifestation 1, Beyond Manifestation 2, Zero Limits, and now this. And I have seen such a transformation in you. And to be the observer watching you, and to be the person that's leading based upon what you've learned from Dr. Len. I just have to thank you for that. You're the example and the model that I look to, and I'm thankful for learning and understanding. You've changed my life, and because of you changing my life, the ripple effect, I think, will be tremendous.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Please note that I'm just doing what's there for me to do. Whatever she sees, whatever transformation, it is not something that I am trying to achieve. I'm just doing what's there for me to do. There was a fellow in here, and she has her hand up. We'll get to her in a second. And also there? And also there. Okay. There was a fellow here yesterday. He didn't come back today, but he had other things to do. Wasn't anything we said, I don't think. And he came up to me last night, and he looked me right in the eye, and he says, I have to confess something to you. And I said, okay, what? Bracing myself for anything. Clean, clean, clean. You never know what's going to show up. And he said, I thought you were nothing but a shyster. He said, you have that company called Hypnotic Marketing. You write these hypnotic books. You're known as this marketing guy. You market all over the internet. You're sending out emails all the time. And I just assumed that you found something to latch on to that you can sell, a self-development product of some sort. You found Dr. Len, and you're using him to make a buck. And he said, so I came in here with these preconceived ideas. And my mind was thinking, you paid all this money and came all the way over here with that kind of a thought in your head? He said, that's pretty bold, isn't it? Why would it even come? Why did he come? And he said he was checking me out, is what he said. He said he wanted to find the truth. And he said, what I found was somebody who's absolutely sincere, who is dedicated to his connection to the divine, and is trying to get there while he's helping other people follow that road as well. And he gave me a hug. And then he left. And he never came back. And I think that while I love the acknowledgement, And while I love the acknowledgement that he gave me, and it's wonderful feedback for me, it's wonderful confirmation for me, it's wonderful to see and hear what your view of me and my journey is all about, I'm just playing my part. I am just doing my best to get here, and then when the little inspiration comes up that says do something like 0 limits 2, okay, salute, do 0 limits 2. And I put out the word, and 120 people, absolutely beautiful people, come from all over the world. Suzanne, did we work very hard to sell this out?
We never do. we just answer the phone.
Yeah, we just answer the phone. She said we never do. Mm-hmm. That's how easy all of this becomes. But again, the point that I want to point out is I am just focusing on cleaning, and I learned that from him, because that's what he's focusing on. The end result is pretty spectacular. But again, I'm not getting caught up even in the spectacular. I'm just cleaning, focusing on the next moment, focusing on now and living the next moment. Did you have one too, Bruce?
I want to re-ask the question because some of the people from 0 Limits 1 did show up after you started talking. And I did have something else to add. The question was, anybody from 0 Limits 1, did you learn something new, or did you have a different experience, or was there something you contrast from that experience to this? What I wanted to add was, it took me 2 seminars to get really clear on what this is about. I had the same misperception about cleaning on issues. Like if the gas station attendant was talking crazy to me, I needed to clean on him. That's what I thought it meant the first time around. And if my bank account was lower than I'd like it, well, I need to clean on my bank account. I didn't understand, or I misperceived, that the only thing I could ever clean on is myself. No matter what I try to clean on, there's nothing else to clean on but myself. And even that's become complicated in my mind, in that I just need to tell the child I'm sorry and that I love the child. And it's even less complicated than that, in that I just need to clean. And if I don't understand, that's probably okay, because I don't know anything anyway. and that I don't know state keeps me open to the infinite possibilities of the universe instead of me trying to tell God how it's going to be. So I'm okay with I don't know. That really helped me a lot. Thank you, Ihalakala. And just simplify the cleaning to a point of where I just clean, and it's nothing else going on.
Thank you. A couple hands, yeah, hers and hers.
I love you. I feel inspired to share my miracle, which is not that I'm standing up. No, that's okay. Bless you. That's a miracle, but this is another one. I ordain ministers, and I sing to them. And the miracle is a verse that I've never sung before. It came to me in the shower this morning. It's the 3rd verse. You are light. You are love, you are spirit ascended, you are pure, you are divine, and you know yourself right now. We are light, we are love, we are spirit ascended, we are pure, we are divine, and we know ourselves right now. I am light. I am love. I am spirit ascended. I am pure. I am divine. And I know myself right now. God bless each and every one of you.
God bless you. Thank you.
That's going to be a really tough act to follow, but anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys the same way that we've been taking responsibility for all the trash, I think that we need to take responsibility. Who thinks that those two gentlemen that are up there are fantastic, remarkable people? And when we don't trust ourselves, we've trusted them to kind of show us the way. And so if we all go about thinking that, or know that our universe is inside of us, then we are both of them. We are what we're looking at, people. So let's not just think about the bad stuff. This is who we are. So that's my piece. So we are love and generosity and knowledge and wisdom and all of these things. So just go home with that.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
I like to have this opportunity to, like I said, Dr. Yakala last night, to thank you all for the opportunity to be here and to listen all these nice things I've been listening here. I am a brother of yours from the south of his heart, and I would like to tell you that we're always going to be there. And there is, this is just one big unity, understand me? What I like to say is that miracles are happening all the time. Sometimes we don't have the eyes to see them, understand me? And probably what we are going to do, what we are doing here is to improve our vision of these miracles. And sometimes even something which is not to make money or something like that is already a miracle. I've been learning in my life through different people and different teachers. And sometimes when there is a lack on me, just only make me to look inside of me and see there is no lack inside in any one of us. So thank you for helping me to see that I am always living in miracles. And this, to come here, was one of the biggest miracles I had the opportunity to live. Thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
My question is, how do you pronounce Dr. Hew Len's name to use it as a cleaning tool? Could you spell it out phonetically? Because I didn't get it before.
E. Haleakala. Is that correct? Ramsey, do you feel like spelling it out? You will do far better than me. Thank you.
Okay. Haleakala. Yeah. Hale means home. Yeah. Ka. Akala. La means sun. Okay. Yeah. And this is of the sun. So the house of the sun. Literally is what it means. So phonetically, maybe ha, yes. Li, okay, it's ha, li, a, ka, la. E Haleakala. And E is kind of bringing the name to fruition, so to speak. Yeah? It kind of like Sir Haleakala or Mr. Haleakala, and it's kind of like a recognition. Yeah. So
there's a lot of meaning in this name here, and I don't know what Dr. Hew Len has as far as his meaning, because we all come with names, and your names go all the way back generations, yeah. So, but that answers your question very well. Any other questions? Are you clear? Okay. You know, if I can I speak a little bit more? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to erase this. Start cleaning here. Spoke about names, and my name is Ramsey. Kamaiki. Last name is Anakalea. Now this is a whole different story how I got this name here, okay? And I think I told some of you over dinner or lunch. This is my family name, yeah, my last name. And this name here, comma here, and iki has two different meanings. Comma means child, and iki means little. That's literally what it means. So we pronounce it kamaiki. But you also can, it also means the endeared one, the child in you, the special one. Hawaiian has a long, the meaning is really deep. Somebody asked me about some Hawaiian name, and I said, I need to know where you got it from, how it came about. Otherwise, I'll give you the wrong definition of the name. So this is my Hawaiian name. And I know if somebody calls me Kamaiki, they come from the place that I live. Because everybody who knows me well enough, sometimes too well, will call me Kamaiki. And then I'll start to behave, so to speak, because they know my parents and whoever else. This is a Scottish name. When I was born, my dad's supervisor, my dad's boss, asked my dad if he could name his son, which is me, Ramsey, because his son was in college and he was missing his son so much that he wanted to find a baby that would represent his son as well. So my dad said, okay. So that's why I have this name, Ramsey. Now, Ramsey is kind of like, how you got that name? Well, this is how I got the name. So in each and every one of you, you have your names mean a lot to you, as you well know. And hopefully, that's how we connected when Victoria stood up and asked if you all could introduce yourself, so we can connect with one another. So as far as Dr. Haleakala, Dr. Hew Len is concerned, I know he has a story behind Haleakala. Whether he wants to address it or not, that's up to him. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was great.
Ramsey, tell us how to pronounce oponopono.
What's that?
How to pronounce oponopono.
Oh, it's really easy. Okay. Actually, Hawaiian is really easy. You just have to remember it's the vowels, yeah? And indigenous people know the vowels so well. And the vowels are yeah? A-E-I-O-U, A-E-I-O-U. Those are vowels, but it's pronounced differently, right? It pronounced A-E-I-O-U. Correct? Yeah? So we all know that, right? We all went to school and we know how to pronounce the vowels. It's really easy. So O, it is not O, it's O. R, A, E, O, U, not O. You understand? Okay? So it's Ho-O, not Ho-O. Yeah? It's Ho-O because it's O. O. Okay? So the Ho-O, not Po, it's Po. Okay? It's not no, it's no. Right? So it's ho'oponopono, not ho'oponopono. Huh? Doesn't sound right, huh? It's ho'oponopono. Correct. Yeah, it's A, like in A, yeah? E, like in E, O, not O, yeah? It's O, not O, and U, not U, it's U, with R, A, E, O, U. Now, when you go to corner, it is not corner, it's corner. Huh? Corner. So it's ho-o, not ho-o. Right? Porno. Okay? Not ho-o-pono-pono. It's ho-o-pono-pono. Pretty nice, yeah? Sounds nice, huh? Yeah. Thank you. Did the fern? Okay. Okay, I need to clean this again. Okay, since we know the vowels, right? We already know this is not A, it's an R, right? And it is not a U, but it's an U, okay? So it's lau, yeah? Lau, A, A. Okay, it's all vowels, yeah? R, A, E, O, U. Lau, A, E. Lawa, E. Lawa, E. You got it, see? Easier. Just remember the vowels, you'll be good. You'll be okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. You ready for that?
Ready.
What kind of intro do you want?
Can I just say something first and then bring the girls up? Would be great. Oh, okay.
Now the fun begins. So I write inspired music. I don't know if I met everybody, but my name's Hera. And I realized that when I was going to start doing this prayer, you know, I love you, I'm sorry, whatever, I realized that it was going to be very tedious for me to be thinking about it. So I put it to music, and I was hoping to get a CD for you guys, which I'll have after this event. But in the meantime, I found 4 other people who's going to sing this song with me today, just for you guys to have some fun, because it's fun to have music in your head instead of words, you know. It's fun. So we call ourselves the Zeroettes, and I'd like for you guys to come up. These very brave people. We've had like maybe 2 seconds of rehearsal, and just to come on up and to sing.
I love it already. This is fantastic. Let's see this.
This is your anthem. This is the zero limit. Okay, so all right, everybody in a good spot. Let's see. All right. You want to start?
Is this going to clean us while you do it?
We hope so. We hope so. Sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please, please forgive me, and all will be forgiven. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. Everybody, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry.
Let's hear it for the Zeolettes. I loved it. I loved it. You did fantastic. Come on up. Your turn to sing.
Oh, please release me.
No.
That's the short version.
Do you have any final remarks?
No, unless we have any comments or questions. Anybody?
Actually, it's a question for Joe. You mentioned earlier about you and Narissa are watching a program on television, or was that reading a book? I don't remember. I think it was a program on television.
It was
right?
a program on television.
Yeah, and you mentioned the name, and I tried to write it down.
Epigenetics.
Can you spell that, please?
Yes, it's correct, right, Narissa?
Yeah.
Epigenetics. Uh-oh. What is it? Great question.
I want to read you a story. This is the difference between being asleep and being awake. You know? The story goes like this. It's called Sleepwalkers. So in the town where I was born, I've read this before, but I'd like to do it again. In the town where I was born lived a woman and her daughter who walked in their sleep. One night while silence enfolded the world, the woman and her daughter, walking yet asleep, met in the garden. And the mother spoke, and she said, at last, my enemy, you by whom my youth was destroyed, who have built up your life on the ruins of mine, would I could kill you. The daughter responds, and the daughter spoke, and she said, oh, hateful woman, selfish and old, who stand between my freer self and me, who would have my life an echo of your own faded life. Would you were dead. At that moment, the rooster crowed, and both women awoke, and the mother said gently, is that you, darling? And the daughter said, yes, mother. So, you have any more? I'm just going to close with a prayer.
You close. Go ahead now.
Okay. Again, I want to thank you for coming, giving me a chance to clean up, so I'm grateful to Joseph Aokua who set this up. Kamalohia o ka'i, o kamalohia nei me oe ku'u malohia upon law. Kamalohia o ka'i, o wao no kamalohia. Kamalohia no na wao a pao no ke ia, wao a mao loko a'o, ha'o. Ha'awi aku wao I ku'u malohia ia oe, waho a ku wao I ku'u malohia mea oe. A'ole, kamalohia o ka'i, ka'ao aka ka'u malohia wale no. Kamalohia o ka'i, peace be with you, all my peace, the peace that is I, the peace that is I am, the peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace I give to you, my peace I leave with you, not the world's peace, but only my peace, the peace of I. Thank you very much.
Ho'oponopono. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. If you haven't heard of it, brace yourself, because it's the most powerful, the most transformational, the most magical, the most miraculous technique I've ever come across. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. I've written 80 books. I've recorded 15 albums. I have 200 some products. I have a coaching program, certification programs, but nothing ever has had the impact in my life as Ho'oponopono has. I've been teaching it to other people since around 2005. There is great depth to it, though it's very simple. On the very superficial level, there's really only 4 phrases, and you're kind of saying them as a quiet prayer or petition. But there's so much more to it than that. And what I really want you to do is check it out. I want you to check it out for you, your family, your friends, and ultimately for the world. It's that powerful. And as I like to say, expect miracles.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.